No, in this NaCl bond, see, you're asking how it is +1 and -1, no? Now, in NaCl bond, what is the charge of sodium here? Sodium has lost one electron, correct? Sodium has lost one electron, so it is +1. And chlorine has got one electron, so it's -1. And due to this plus and minus charge, they are held with each other. So it is plus and -1, okay? How many electrons they have lost and how many electrons they have gained? Yeah, that itself is oxidation number, okay? It can be real or sometimes when they are bonded, no, that time they get that charge. So that can also be a case, okay? So that is oxidation number. When it is simple compound and if you know a structure, you can calculate oxidation number easily. But sometimes if the compound is very big and complicated and we don't know all the oxidation number, okay, then how will you calculate? Like now, for example, if I give you K2Cr2O7, okay, then what is the oxidation number of these chromium if they ask? Okay, then we need to know how to find it. Okay, so there are certain set of rules which you need to remember. Okay, then once you know that, you will be able to understand how to calculate the oxidation number. Okay, and this is one important topic also. Okay, every time you should be knowing how to calculate oxidation number of any element. Okay, so I hope this is clear. What is oxidation number? Whatever charge that element carries, okay, that charge is called as oxidation number. So we will go for and before calculating the rules, let me tell you the definition which we give in terms of oxidation number also, for oxidation as well as reduction, before I go for this calculation. Okay, so let us understand that also. Okay, we are understanding the definition of oxidation and reduction now. Oxidation and reduction in terms of oxidation number. Okay, in terms of oxidation number. In terms of oxidation number. Okay, now see, if I take Fe2 plus, and during the process, imagine Fe2 plus has lost one electron to get converted to Fe3 plus. Lost one electron means here one electron, I should write it on the right hand side. Okay, they have lost during the process. So now here this reaction, you know, it is oxidation, no? If they have lost the electron, you know, this reaction is called as oxidation reaction. Okay, this is oxidation because you have learned in terms of electron. I believe you are able to understand this. Fe2 plus, two positive charges were there. Two positive charges were there. Now they lost one more electron. So now there are three positive charges. Okay, three positive charges they have lost. That means there will be a deficient place. This positive charge indicates they have lost it. It's a hole actually, okay, created. Understanding? So here, a loss of electron. Now one more. If I have to write reduction for the same reaction, okay, I will write reduction. Reduction will be Fe3 plus taking one electron. Okay, when you write for reduction, we write that electron towards the left hand side. So they will receive this electron and it will fill that deficient place. Okay, so one deficient place will be filled here. Like if I have three positive charges, one electron will go and nullify this. Okay, so then I will be left with two positive charges. So I will be having Fe2 plus. This reaction is what? This reaction is reduction. Okay, because they have received an electron. Okay, now we will talk in terms of charge. See now what has happened to the charge Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. What has happened? There is increase in the charge, correct? No? Increase in the oxidation number. So if there is increase in oxidation number, that's oxidation. Remember, okay, in terms of oxidation number we are defining now. So in the reduction oxidation process, you found Fe2 plus getting converted to Fe3 plus, plus one electron is lost. So you see here what has happened to the oxidation number. Okay, the oxidation state has increased here. So if there is increase in oxidation number, there is increase in oxidation number, that is oxidation. Okay, in terms of this we are defining now. And this place what has happened, Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus, there is decrease in oxidation number. Okay, so decrease in oxidation number, decrease in oxidation number is a reduction. Okay, So that's in terms of oxidation number we have defined. You can write down, students, now. Able to understand? Any problem? Just let me know. Able to follow this much? If you have any confusion, you can ask me. Okay, chalo then write down. Which among this has a stronger charge, Fe2 plus or Fe3 plus? Are you asking about nuclear charge? You're asking about effective nuclear charge, is it? Then it will be Fe3 plus. Because more is a positive charge. You remember in classification of elements, more is the positive charge, smaller is the size because of their effective nuclear charge. So this one will have high effective nuclear charge. They will have more capacity to pull the electron towards themselves. Size wise, this will be smaller also compared to Fe2 plus. Yes, so we have defined now in terms of oxidation number. Let me move on. Okay, now I will go for that rules which I told you. You need to remember to calculate the oxidation number for any unknown element given to you. Okay, so you need to remember this rules they will not ask you, they will directly give you a compound and you should know how to calculate, like how we have IUPAC, where they don't ask you the rules, they directly give you compound and you should know how to name the compound. Okay, so I'm going for those rules to determine the oxidation number. Okay, you can write down this along with me, understand and then write down. Okay, so let me start with the first one. First rule for this oxidation number. See, oxidation number of an atom in the elemental state. Okay, oxidation, I'm just writing ON, oxidation number of an atom. Okay, in their elemental state, in their elemental state means in which state they exist, in their elemental state is always zero. Remember, okay, oxidation state of an atom in their elemental state. Like if I tell you now oxygen, elemental state of oxygen, in which state they exist, naturally existing, I'm asking. O2, correct? No, oxygen exists as O2 and nitrogen N2, chlorine Cl2. If you talk about metals, they don't combine, they exist alone, like Na, magnesium, okay, aluminium. These are the elemental state. So whenever you see their elemental state, remember, in their elemental state, the oxidation number is always zero. All of these are carrying zero oxidation charge on them. So if I ask you what is the oxidation state of oxygen, you should say it's zero. Okay, sodium, metal, zero. Okay, metal, all of these are in their elemental state, metal state. Okay, that is first one, first rule. Second rule, you see, second rule is oxidation number of ion. If I talk about any ion, it can be cation, it can be a cation or it can be anion. Any ion, okay, will be equal to their charge. Remember, that's equal to their charge. Oxidation number of ion, either cation I said or anion, should be equal to their charge. Like if I take sodium ion, okay, what is the charge on them? Plus V, right? No, because during the process they lose one electron. So oxidation number for this will be +1. Magnesium, can you tell me now? I believe you know element. Till 30 you should be knowing, I had told you last time also. Magnesium, yes, very good, correct. Magnesium is Mg2 plus, so +2. Aluminium, chalo tell me for aluminium now. Yes, very good, +3. Chlorine, chlorine means chloride. I'm asking for chloride, ion form. Chloride, yes, minus, no? So it's -1. Yes, good. So that is the oxidation number. Okay. So if they are in their ion form, whatever charge they carry, that should be the oxidation number. Very good. Yes. So that is for the ion. Next one. Next we'll go for oxidation number of metals. Okay. I'm talking about now alkali metals and alkaline earth metal. Oxidation number of metals. We will take only two groups. This would be enough for us. Okay. These two groups. One is alkali metal. Alkali metals are the first group elements, correct? These are coming under first group. And then we have alkaline earth metal. They come under second group. Alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals, they come under second group. And always, what is the charge? Usually, if they are first group element, these are first group elements. See, sodium. If I take sodium, sodium is first group element. Sodium, and then we have lithium, potassium. Okay, these are first group elements. Yes, correct. So if they are first group element, then it is plus one, okay? Plus one. And if they are second group element, like beryllium, we have magnesium, then calcium, then barium, strontium, all these are second group element. Then their oxidation state is plus two, okay? Group two elements. Over, no? So these three we have finished. First three rules. Remember, oxidation state of element is 0. Ion will be equal to their charge. And if they are alkali and alkaline earth, like alkali metals, group 1, so plus 1. Alkaline earth metal, they come under group 2, so it is plus 2. Okay. Next, I will go for the next rule after this, fourth one. If they are hydrogen, okay, oxidation number of hydrogen. Hydrogen, I said most of the time, okay, they will be associated with the electronegative element. So then their oxidation state will be plus 1. Okay. Except when they are present with a metal. Okay. Like example, except when they are with metal. Okay. When they are with the metal. See, when they are with metal, who is more electropositive? Metals are the one who are more electropositive because you know hydrogen is a non-metal. Non-metal usually have a tendency to take the electron. Metals usually have a tendency to give the electron. Except when they are metal, I said, like if I take this example, NaH, that is sodium hydride. Okay. When hydrogen carries a minus charge, they are called as hydride. So here, this is sodium hydride. Okay. Hydride. So when they are in hydride form, okay, then it is minus 1. Okay. So when they are with metal, their oxidation state is minus 1. Okay, can remember this. Oxidation number of hydrogen, always it is plus 1 when they are with non-metals. Okay, because usually hydrogen is a small element, prefers losing electron when they are with more electronegative element. But when they are present with a metal, metal usually is more electropositive. So they will give, so they will be losing. So here Na will be in plus 1 form, hydrogen will be in minus 1 form. Okay. So when they are with hydride, in the hydride state, it is minus 1. Okay, that is the next rule. Fourth one. Okay, next, fifth one. Let me go for fifth one. Fifth one is oxidation number of oxygen. Oxidation number of oxygen. So oxygen, usually the charge on them is minus 2. Okay. So oxidation number of oxygen is minus 2. But then there are exceptional case, except when they are in the form of peroxide. Okay, oxygen exists in different form also. They combine with themselves and they form peroxide as well as superoxide. Okay, so peroxide and superoxide. Peroxide is this H2. Yeah, hydrogen peroxide is one example. So here O2 with 2 minus. This is peroxide. Oxide is what? Oxide is, see, this is oxide, which you have studied from your higher classes. Oxide is O2 minus. Okay, so one oxygen carrying 2 minus charge. Peroxide is where you have 2 oxygen combined together with 2 minus charge. So one oxygen charge will be how much? One oxygen's charge will be minus 1. Because here 2 oxygen is carrying 2 minus charge. So 1 will be having minus 1 charge. And superoxide is O2 with 1 minus charge. Okay. Superoxide is O2 with 1 minus charge. So if 2 oxygen carries minus 1, then 1 will carry half of that. So minus half. Okay, that is superoxide. Writing it here once again. Superoxide is O2 minus. Okay, oxide is only one oxygen with 2 minus charge. So then minus 2. Peroxide O2 2 minus. Okay, so for 1 how much it will be? For 1 it will be minus 1. So here O2 is carrying minus 1. So for 1 oxygen it will be half, no? Or like that. Okay, getting? So except these cases. Okay. So remember, these are exceptional case. Except when they are peroxide, it is minus 1. When they are superoxide, it is minus half. Hydrogen peroxide is one such example. And then one more exceptional is this. If oxygen is present with still more electronegative. What is the highest electronegative element we have? Yeah, very good. Correct. Fluorine, no? Yes, fluorine is more electronegative. So if oxygen is present in company of fluorine, then what will be the oxidation state? Then fluorine will be more electronegative. Correct. No, oxygen has to lose in front of fluorine. So oxygen will be carrying, in that case, oxygen will carry plus 2 oxidation state. See, oxygen can also get plus 2 if they are present with the still more dominating one. See, it's like that. When two elements are there, see, one who is little more dominant, they will get all the share. Okay, then they carry minus charge. The little recessive one will carry positive charge. Now oxygen is more dominating, we know, but dominating then oxygen is fluorine. Okay, so then fluorine will take all the electron. So fluorine gets a minus charge and oxygen here gets a plus charge. Okay, so if they are in this state, OF2, then it is plus 2. So like that only, if peroxide also combines with fluorine, like this, O2, O2 with F2. Okay, peroxide means it is O2, 2 minus, no? If they combine with 2 plus, it will be when they combine with fluorine, and this is minus 1. So like that, when you cross this, you will get O2F2. Okay, so in that case, the oxidation state of oxygen will be plus 1. For 1 oxygen, it will be plus 1. Okay, respectively. So again, this is another exceptional case when they are with fluorine. Okay, write down this. Okay, next is sum of the oxidation number of a compound. Okay, so like if I take a compound like water is a compound, no? So when you are taking a compound, the sum of all the oxidation state of the atoms which are present, that will be equal to 0. Okay, so sum of, you can remember that in a neutral compound, I'm talking in a compound, okay, in a compound, sum of all oxidation number, ON I'm writing, oxidation number will be equal to 0. Okay, in a compound, sum of all the oxidation number of that particular atom will be equal to 0. Of all atoms. Okay, that also you can write. Of all atom is equal to 0. Like if it is water is a compound, they are neutral in nature. Okay, only between them there can be charge separation, where oxygen will pull the electron, then it will carry 2 minus charge. Hydrogen will lose it in terms of oxygen, then it will carry plus 1 charge. That is within them. But on the whole, what happens? The charges will be 0. Okay. Like that only you can write for NaCl also, it will be 0. Okay, another example I've given. Clear? That is sixth one. Okay, now one more last rule I will give you. Okay, last one is if it is an ion, okay, polyatomic ion. In polyatomic ion, Then sum of all the polyatomic ion like carbonate, if I take CO3, 2 minus. These are ion, polyatomic ion, where you have different atoms combined together and plus they carry a charge. So if that is the case, then sum of all their oxidation state will be equal to whatever charge they carry. Okay, in polyatomic ion, okay, sum of all oxidation number will be equal to the charge. Okay, will be equal to charge what they carry. So here example, if I take as carbonate, what is the charge they are carrying? 2 minus. So their oxidation charge will be -2. You add all of this, then write equal to -2 the charge. Okay, even phosphate, FOPO4, 3 minus it is. So charge on them is 3 minus, so it will be 3 minus. Okay. Yes, students, write this down now. All these are the rules which we have. Now, depending on the rules, we will be directly working out the problem. Okay. We'll take compounds and then we'll calculate the unknown oxidation state of those elements. So, we are calculating the oxidation state. Whatever you are supposed to calculate, that you will assume as X. Okay. And sum of all the oxidation state is equal to 0. So, sum of all the oxidation state is equal to 0 you have to take, and you have to assume now how many potassium is there. 2 potassium. So, you will write 2 into oxidation state of potassium, which is +1, plus 2 into chromium. Chromium we don't know, so we are assuming chromium as X. So, 2 into X plus 7 oxygen is there. So 7 into oxidation state of oxygen is -2. And whole charge is equal to 0. Then you calculate. You will get X value. So here we are getting X value as +6. Okay. Yeah, I will stop here, students.